What's going on, Colts Nation? Appreciate you stopping by for another video where today we're going to talk a little bit about something that we actually had a video about earlier today, and that's Justin Simmons and the possibility coming to the Colts. And the reason I'm doing another video on this today is because I saw some information on Twitter just a few minutes ago, and I wanted to be able to share with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead, switch over here. We're going to get into this. So as you can see, sources tell A to Z Sports that the Colts and free agent safety Justin Simmons have had very fruitful exploratory conversations as recently as late last week. Simmons is a four-time All-Pro who recorded 30 interceptions during 8 years at Denver. Okay, and then we go over here, click on the article to come see what he says up top, talking about just how nobody has really separated themselves in terms of Colts players, people that are already on the roster. Then goes on talking about, he's a four-time second-team All-Pro. Had his career high in interceptions in 2022 when he had 6 interceptions, which led the NFL, even though he only played in 12 games. Last year in 2023, with new coaching staff coming in, that whole Denver defense kind of took a step back, and Justin Simmons was a part of that. He had 3 interceptions, 8 passes defended, and 70 tackles in 15 games. So even though he was able to play for pretty much the entire season, his numbers went down. But again, I just don't know if, was it that whole defense took a step back. I don't want to sit here and say, I believe it's Vance Joseph that's the defensive coordinator over there right now. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think it was the first year, players learning a new system. Vic Fangio's defense was great for that group. They had a lot of guys that were attacking style guys in that defense. A lot of guys that played the role well in that defense, and there was an obvious drop off all the way around. And again, Justin Simmons was no different. So it'll be interesting with what Justin Simmons can do, like the skill set that best suits him. It'll be interesting to see if he thinks the Colts are a good fit, right? The Gus Bradley system. A guy like Justin Simmons, he's had so many coaching changes in Denver that at this point he probably knows, like, yeah, this system I could probably be pretty good in, this system not so much, which is probably why he didn't want to go back to Denver, right? Again, having a down season, even a down season for a safety, being 3 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, and 70 tackles, like that's still a pretty good season for a safety. If we got that from one of our young guys this year, we'd probably be okay with that. But coming in, I think Justin Simmons can make a big impact on the Colts, just like a lot of people, right? Somebody that's been great for a long time. As we go on through the rest of this here, what would the Colts need to pay for Justin Simmons? And the prediction here is really going off of what Quandre Diggs made, which is a salary of $3 million. And a contract of up to $5 million. The prediction here would be a 2-year contract that totals Simmons $6 to $10 million per year. For the Colts, I think they would be wise to offer a 2-year contract. They could heavily front load. So this is what we were talking about yesterday during the live stream. Was that Destin Adams had the idea you give him 2 years. So that Nick Cross can sit behind Justin Simmons for 2 years. And then once Nick Cross is 24 years old, then you go ahead and pay him real quick, 1-year contract, prove it deal, and then Nick Cross can go out and get the job done. So hopefully that's what we see transpire. Let's see. The likelihood, sources tell that multiple teams have been in contact. There are a dozen teams, is what I heard, a dozen teams that could be in on Justin Simmons. There's no deal imminent at this time between Simmons and the Colts, but conversations have been, quote, very fruitful. The Colts have just under $25 million in cap space, so a little different from what we saw recently. I think the signing of the defensive end from the UFL probably took a little bit there and took us under $25 million, but still plenty of money to spend. if you wanted to go get Justin Simmons, you wanted to get somebody else, typically the Colts have anywhere between $5 and $10 million left in cap space by the time the regular season starts. So we'll see what happens. I know right before I started recording this, Adrian Amos, it was announced that he signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars, or at least that's when I saw it. I don't know if it was announced that recently, but I saw it just before recording this. Adrian Amos is off the board. So even if we did want a veteran and Adrian Amos was the guy we're looking at, doesn't matter. But it's also good that Jacksonville went out and got a safety. They were somebody that I had seen that had made an offer to Justin Simmons. In fact, they go out and get Amos instead, bodes well for us. Now, the scary thing is that the Texans have been in that conversation as well, but I also saw somebody say that the Texans are good with who they have at safety and what they're doing on defense. So hopefully the Texans aren't in there. They've collected a lot of talent. Don't want them to go get Justin Simmons as well. So hopefully it ends up being the Colts is where Justin Simmons wants to play. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to keep floating this into the universe, right? We talked last season during the whole Jonathan Taylor situation, about how he's going to get paid. And the whole time, just he's going to get paid, going to get paid. We're going to have him. He's going to be playing for us again. That's what happened. We're going to keep putting this into the universe and hope that Justin Simmons ends up signing with the Colts and can help that defense out. Defense has been stronger than the offense so far in training camp. So if Justin Simmons can come in and be a part of that, that'd be great. So that's what we're going to look at, of course, as any more information comes in about this. I'll try to keep updating you guys and continue to let you guys know what's going on here as soon as I possibly can. This is something that some information that came out 20 minutes before I started recording this. So as soon as I can get you guys information, I'm going to get it to you. We also have unofficial depth chart, which is another video going to be coming out very shortly. So subscribe, have notifications on so you get notified when that video and any others come out. We have more training camp updates coming out over the coming days. So again, subscribe, notifications on, all that good stuff. Make sure keep coming back for more Colts content. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.